Is fine. I've got some guests here that's going to educate you guys on things that you probably don't even know. First off, I want to say hello, and I want to say hello to my mother. I know you're watching, Mom. Hello, Mr. Johnson. You know, I'm missing your wife. That's my partner,
Okay.
Miss Shannon. Shannon will be back with us next week. So look forward to, we're going to have some laughs for you guys. Now, I have two new guests joining us today. And again, this is going to be an educational podcast. So make sure you guys take notes. Feel free to ask questions in the comments, and we'll try to answer them. Again, hello, YouTube. Hello, Facebook. Y'all want to say hey to anybody?
How y'all doing today?
Everybody.
Oh, they said everybody. So all of y'all counted. Listen here. Can you guys introduce yourselves?
Sure, ladies first.
I am Minister Nkara, and I'm a part of Morestealth Consulting.
And I am Stealth, and I am also a part of Morestealth Consulting.
All right, they're going to be consulting today, and you guys they're available for hire if you guys want to reach them, and they'll share that at the end. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Today's session is about estates and trust. What do you need, and what have you not been taught? We're going to explore those things today. So I'm going to start off. We've already introduced them. And of course, y'all know who I am. I'm Lisa G.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Missing my Stacy. I got to keep saying it because I got to coddle her a little bit. I miss her. I'll call you today, girl. All right. So I'm going to start off and ask some questions. Make sure you guys have a pen. Again, these are things that we need to know. And sometimes people just do not teach us these things for whatever reason. I don't know. But can you explain? I'm going to start off with one of you. Either one can answer.
Okay.
Can you explain the difference between a trust and an estate?
All right. Well, I guess I'll shoot that one off. So that there is really no difference between a trust and estate because it's all a part of the plan. But the estate is everything that a person holds or owns. The trust is an entity that is created to protect those assets of the estate. And so when you have the two together, you have what is called estate planning. The only thing that would be missing is your last will and testament. Last will and testament declares where those parts of property go and who they go to as beneficiaries and or specific bequests. Because there's just not, some people don't leave it to their family, they leave it to their church. So those things can be done, they can be declared in those three documents. And so difference. Estate is everything you own. Trust is the entity that's created to hold those assets to protect them from other people that would try to take them from you, such as third-party debt collectors, and sometimes other estates, sometimes other trusts. So if you have a good estate plan, you should be able to avoid a lot of people trying to steal your property.
All right. Any questions out there? Don't forget to make sure that you're asking those pertinent questions. Now, why would a business owner want to put their company in a trust?
So I'll tackle that one.
Okay.
As a business owner, you get insurance, you do all these different things to keep your business safe, but your business is technically still out there naked. So when I say that, anybody can come and break your company down.
Mm-hmm.
You have one little snafu in the road with somebody legally, and all your stuff that you built is gone. Under a trust, no one is going to take that, an irrevocable trust that is. No one's going to take that.
Okay.
You can make your trust or your trust account the beneficiary of all your business holdings. So now it's definitely tucked away. It's better than that sweaty ice cream money your auntie used to give her out of your bra.
or that dollar, or that little stale dollar. Oh my goodness. So basically somebody can come after your business if you don't protect it.
That's right.
Yes.
In a nutshell, that's what they're saying. So you guys out here with the business, make sure you protect it.
And with that being said, the business can be dissolved, but if the assets have been protected by the trust, the assets are protected.
All right then. Now, what are the key benefits again? Can you kind of slow down and go over the benefits of just making sure you have that trust? Any other benefits that come with it?
Well, we should both probably take this one because we all have different standpoints on this. For me, it is taxes. Always a good,
Yeah,
we don't
yeah,
do
that's
those.
I
right.
think we're all in agreement with
With
taxes.
taxes,
I
yes,
don't
yes.
Generational wealth skipping. So those transfer fees and those taxes on generational wealth skipping, when you owe, well, I'm just going to give this one, but then the next time, no, they won't be doing it either.
Okay.
So when you set those different trusts up properly, you have the benefit of not being able to be touched by your creditors. You
Okay.
have the ability to completely get rid of your tax, not evade.
Avoid.
But avoid
Exactly.
avoid taxes. It helps to avoid
Yeah.
taxes.
All day.
Because some taxes still have to be paid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then you also protect your business for prosperity when it comes down the line in a dynastic sense, or even when you're building an empire, right? You
Mhm.
want that thing to keep going even when you're not there.
Absolutely.
So that's the way it gets done. If you don't have an heir, certain things, you have people that you can trust, you would implement those people in key spots in that trust and estate paperwork. And so they are going to make sure that everything stays alive, even when we're not.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Now, what was the benefits you were going to say?
Taxes.
Let me tell you something. Who wants to pay taxes? Nobody wants to pay taxes.
I thought you were
But-
raising your hand.
So, a lot of people think that if you have a structure like an LLC,
Mhm.
that their personal is protected, from the business. So
Mhm.
their personal side. If you owe something, you got debt out there, that it doesn't hurt your LLC. Is that true?
Yes and no.
Exactly.
So let's say it's called piercing the corporate veil.
Mm.
Let's say a creditor went after you or went after the company, but you are the company owner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they couldn't find any assets in the company. So they have a way of going into the court and requesting a specific proceeding to go past the corporate entity into the personal accounts of the person that owns this. Because, again, LLCs, trusts, and estate planning are
Mhm.
used to avoid things.
That's right.
But when someone knows where those avoidances are, they can find out how to manipulate and use the court system to get there.
Yes.
So there are laws to.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
There are laws to get through, and there are laws to keep protecting as well. So,
Okay, so you got to know the difference.
That's right.
Sounds like you just have to know the difference.
that's right.
If you don't know, again, Morestealth can help you. I can help you on certain things. I'm kind of the basic person, but they go far and beyond. So
That's
you
right.
guys need that type of help. Listen, it's enough out here for everybody. I don't gatekeep. I don't gatekeep because God told me let it go if you can't take care of it. Okay.
That's right.
All right. So, what happens to a business if the owner dies without any estate or trust plan in place?
You want that one?
You know that one.
Well, let's be clear here. There is this little place called probate court.
Yes.
Yep.
Ooh.
Everybody should know about probate at
Probate
one point.
court is the place that you never really want to be unless you absolutely have to. Because what happens in probate court is most of the time people are going to hire attorneys.
Mhm.
And usually those attorneys will get 33% of the estate return when all things are settled and done because of litigation and drawn out cases. You can start a probate case from 6 months to 6 years. It depends on, the attorney and what it is they're after. If the estate's
Mhm.
big enough, they will drag that sucker out and pay a lot of fees. Right. So this is why the estate planning is so important, because I would not want to leave my family $1 million and they only receive $250,000
That's
after
right.
a probate proceeding. Right?
That's right.
Let's just say roundabout.
Because everybody's hands is out.
That's right. And ma'am, and so they will show up out of nowhere claiming, hey, you owe us this. The state of Michigan will show up and say, hey, they have Medicaid, you got to pay that back and blah, blah, blah. And before you know it, your state's broke.
That's right.
It's bankrupt, which it already was in the first place.
And so you don't have to go through probate if you get this done.
So
Correct.
right?
Testate versus intestate.
Intestate. So having a will and not having a will. The will declares where the property is to go and who is to be allocated to. Now, the only other issue with having a will is that the will can be contested.
Yes,
And
they
now you got
can.
another problem. So
Yes.
even if you have this stuff in place, you got some folks out there that just don't believe that they shouldn't have got anything, and they will go in and contest the signatures of the will. Right? It's never ending. And so with that being said, how do you combat that? Well, make sure that that will has been properly notarized before witnesses.
That's right.
Now, my suggestion is take it even further and have what's called an authentication done on the document.
Yes.
Right, which is where you would go to the state level and you would have them to verify that that notary was in good standing.
Yes.
And that that document is now an actual document and has been properly notarized.
Yes, and if I may,
Mhm.
to add to that I really feel is important, what we see a lot of
Mhm.
is people who are closer to the end of their lives, deciding that those things are so important, they put it in place, but it still gets challenged. They say, oh no, so-and-so, they weren't in their right mind.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
especially to our younger generations, I don't care what color you are.
Mhm.
You might not think that you have something, but you never know until you go. If you thought, fake your own death situation and just walk out of the room and see what people want that belong to you, even off your body.
Yes.
Okay. So my biggest thing would be do it while you are young, while there is youth, so that you
Yes.
truly have perceived everything it is that you want to protect. And no one can say, well, they weren't in their right mind.
That's
Stop
right.
playing. I might be crazy, but I'm not demented.
Right here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
do it while you're young. Estate planning is not for the rich. It's for everyone.
It's for everyone. Even when you think you don't have anything, you never know what's out there, like that unclaimed Michigan money.
Right.
properties.
I just went in there and just looking, I look for my siblings too, just in case they owe me. This is how you can pay me,
That's
so
one way to pay them.
you can pay back. Let me get this paperwork done
Yeah.
for you. But you never know what's out there for you. You never know how many people can honestly say that later on in the years they've gotten some money that they did not plan on. So
That's
you
right.
should do it,
Just in case.
even if you think you don't have much.
That's
Just
right.
do it.
So any instance that happens, you want to make sure that that is definitely protected, because if not, let's say that there were no heirs or beneficiaries or anybody left behind. Well, guess where that property goes to?
Back to the state,
The
right?
state.
State. Well,
They get to
we
use it as
tired
they
it
see
out.
fit.
We tired it out. Don't give it to the state.
That's right.
Yeah, find some cousins or
Yeah,
something.
somebody give it to
Because
somebody.
a lot of people that don't have children, they feel like I don't have anybody to leave myself to, so they don't make plans. But it's so sad because it's somebody who's done something for you that may be deserving.
That's true.
That's right.
That's true.
So I got to ask another question.
Mhm.
Are there specific types of trust that may be better for businesses, more suitable for business owners, like irrevocable versus revocable? Or can you elaborate on it?
Irrevocable versus revocable. Irrevocable means it cannot be changed. Revocable means it can be changed, right?
Mhm.
So for businesses, now this is going to be a little on the other side.
Mhm.
A revocable trust is actually good for a business. But if you create a revocable trust, you have to be careful who's creating your trust, because they can write themselves into your trust, because most of us don't read the fine print.
Read the fine
And they
print.
can write themselves into your trust, and if anything happens to you, they collect everything.
Yes.
Right? And you didn't even mean for them to have it, right?
That's right.
And so you have to be very careful and particular about who's writing your trust.
Yes.
Also, with that being said, so revocable trust would be used to hold businesses,
Mm-hmm.
but that revocable trust needs to be held by an irrevocable trust.
That's right.
So that irrevocable trust needs to be a part of your estate planning one way or the other, because if not, you are leaving yourself open for attack again. Now we had an issue where we were actually in a probate proceeding, and an irrevocable trust came into play.
Mm-hmm.
And the judge decided that the trust wasn't written correctly and they wanted to dissolve it. Still hasn't been dissolved. Still hasn't been dissolved.
So make sure you guys are careful. You understand the verbiage behind it. Sometimes we look at documents and we see words and we think we know it, but just be sure that you understand what you're signing, what you're doing. It's your life, it's your future, it's your things. So make sure that you're careful. Some things cannot be changed. So just make sure.
Just make sure.
Now, how can putting a business in a trust help avoid, well, we already talked about that, I believe.
No, that's a little bit different. And
Okay.
yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so how can putting a business in a trust help you avoid probate,
Mhm.
and why is that so important?
So to make it perfect and plain,
Mhm.
you leave nothing to chance,
That's right.
That's right.
right?
Mhm.
And so putting your business in the trust helps to avoid probate because, for instance, we know of a company that the owner died. His um, company was placed into his trust,
Mhm.
and the trustee, being in charge of the business now, has the right to either say, I'm going to dissolve and settle all assets with beneficiaries, or I'm going to continue the business running. If there's a key person that can step back in place of the owner, then why close something that's benefiting the public, right? So that is another way of looking at why it's important to put that thing into trust.
Yes.
Right? You want to protect those assets. Don't let anything go by chance.
That's right.
Mhm.
At all times.
So, 1 second,
Mhm.
guys. I think I saw an issue going on. I'm gonna end this live and go live again.
Okay.
I hate doing it, but